And we hot.
Back in the studio.
Again. Well, we did go out and back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been out. Yeah. So
we have been in the studio
full.
quite a bit, you know.
Still full. Oh, I know. A lot. For everybody who don't know, we're pre-recording a few of these because we're about to hit the road. So that's why you hear what you hear.
Hope we're about 40 pounds heavier each one of those trips.
Oh, yeah.
Some turkeys.
I hope we're heavier than that. We got 3 of us going.
I forgot. Yeah. Well,
Maybe
I'm used to just
pounds.
2 of us.
I know, yeah. So
actually, it'd be more than that because I'm hoping 20 pounds per state per person.
That's what I'm saying. 60 pounds of steak.
I'm hoping more than that on them biggins.
Well, so does my wife, but you know what happens.
If we all kill 20-pound birds apiece, it'd be 120.
I know.
Yeah. That's what we need.
But you gonna pluck yours, or what are you doing?
Bring it whole to show off.
Oh, yeah. I would like to kill a 30-pounder.
No joke.
It would be, I've never killed one that big. 26 pounds, the biggest I've ever killed. What's the biggest you ever killed?
30.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
My Kentucky bird, that's the only reason it's mounted.
Oh. Was that Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I was thinking Missouri. I don't know why.
Yep. No,
you didn't turkey hunt up there back in them days.
My big deer come from Missouri. Yeah.
Well, the weather's turned warm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool mornings. Too hot for me. Hunting.
Today would have been a good day to turkey hunt. It was cool till about 1:30 today. It was nice breeze.
With all the leaves on the trees, you got some shade now. Even in North Alabama, down there where I was, it's fully leafed out for the most part.
Yeah.
Except where I sat down that evening. I think I texted you and said I found the only spot the sun's coming through and hitting me.
That happened to me.
That was down in the bottom below the tree stand.
Okay.
So where there was this absolute turkey desert right now. I don't know what's happened. I heard them all. I mean, and I understand turkey don't live all the time where you hear them in the winter. Most times they don't. They're gone somewhere else. But over the last 3 previous years, I had turkeys gobble and see them or see tracks in the wintertime, and then plenty of sign.
Held a few birds.
Oh, yeah. I just don't know what's happened. And, well, I do know what's happened. We've talked about it before, but it's the acorns, I believe. Mm-hmm. This year, it's not the lack of birds, I don't believe. I believe they're not having to go to the green fields. Mm-hmm. If they are, they're just following hens. If the hens go, the 2 birds I killed, and I talked about it before, and I'll talk about it again, was packed full of pin oak or water oak acorns. I'm talking about, I cut that crawl open, and they spilled out all over my bed of my truck. It was crazy.
That picture you sent me, I mean, it was
I should have saved one of them and planted me a tree.
Oh, that would have been
cool. That would have been cool. God, dog it.
It's always the stuff you think of.
I know, afterwards, yeah. Afterwards, it is. Well, all right. Tonight, we're wrapping it up. We had a recap last week on turkey hunting for beginners. No shame in being a beginner. Or pointers or whatever. That's what I've been calling it every week. So,
yeah.
We were all beginners, so there's no shame in beginning. To do it, you got to start.
Sometimes I still feel like a beginner. These old birds are smart.
Well, if you could outsmart them, I've hunted them long enough, I'd be a genius. But guess what?
Or they'd be extinct.
Yeah, one of the yeah. If they were easy to kill, it wouldn't be no fun.
No, it wouldn't.
But tonight, oh my God, we had a kamikaze bug come flying.
It was coming on in.
Tonight, we got special guest, beginning starter turkey hunter, my son-in-law. Thank God, I love him to death. He got rid of. He married my daughter, and they moved far enough away she can't come over every day.
Tonight's gonna get confusing.
I'm assuming she's still working, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's even better when you got one to work late.
Tonight's gonna get confusing for you.
No,
Justin and Dustin.
Dustin, whoever. If I say, hey, Justin, and I'm talking to you, you answer anyway. And if I say, hey, Dustin, and I'm looking at you, you answer.
I'll just be Justin for a minute.
Yeah.
Till we get it knocked out.
I guess I could just say J and D. I don't know. So, of course, JD back in my day was Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we wanted to get a new hunter in. We've been doing this series, and we've been over. I guess I could probably go back over what we've talked turkey call types, different sounds, private land, public land, scouting, guns, clothes, calls, call sounds, I don't know. Then we did a little recap, but now we wanted to bring, and I had another beginner hunter or first year hunter, but there's no way he could get here tonight. So I didn't even bother. We may have him in later after season because he is similar to you. He's carried, except he's got 4 kids and he's carried 3, I think, so far. Honey, he's never killed a turkey. Well, he killed one with a truck.
Oh, yeah, last year, wasn't it?
Last year before last.
I remember that.
It flew across the road and hit the ladder rack. He ate turkey.
Yeah, got some breast anyway, didn't he?
You can't say you killed it, but, but he has cleaned one.
And it ate good, I'm sure.
Yeah, it ate real good. So, anyway, we were going to bring in Justin Ragsdale. First year turkey hunting, right?
First year.
But you've played around with calls and
yes,
been thinking about it and working on it for a couple of years, I know, because you've been coming to the convention up there with us for at least 2 years now. So
yeah, and I think that's really what got me into wanting to turkey hunt was, going up to the convention and just walking around, just seeing just how the turkey community is just a big family. Everybody, helps everybody pretty much. And it got me real fired up just being up there in a convention and meeting people.
Well, unlike me, because I never even went to the convention until about 6 years ago. How long? It's been a while. I think I went a year or 2 before you went.
And I had went prior to that.
But you've got to see and meet some legends in the turkey woods that if I'd have known you could do that, of course, now, if it ever moves out of Nashville, am I going to go to Salt Lake City or something? Probably not. So as long as it's within a couple hours drive, I'm going.
I feel like it'll stay in the South, even if it ever moved.
Well, at one time they did move it almost every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at the, this was their 50th, but they had moved, they left Nashville and went to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the lowest turnout they'd ever had. And I guess the smart people up there went, oh, we're going back to Nashville. And, really Nashville, I know it's not far from us, but it's really not that far from most of the East Coast.
When you got a major airport.
Major airport you can fly in, but you can drive in real easy from Kentucky or Illinois or maybe Ohio. Well, I mean, that's a day's drive. Now, if you're out west, and there's not that many turkey hunters really out west, you may have to fly in if you really wanted to go or whatever. So
we were surprised to see Foster Barlow there a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
I
just ran into him, and I don't know if he was there this year or not. I didn't see him, but I didn't.
I'm not sure.
I don't think I got out as much this year.
We didn't. We worked.
I know. We're like rented mules. They work us hard. But anyway, so we wanted to bring you in. I know you've listened to pretty much every episode, all this, and, if you got any questions about things we talked about or, just things you've done preparing or scenarios you've been in, just basically anything just to get the perspective. Look, it's been 40 years. I mean, that's sad. It's been 40 years since I started turkey hunting.
We just need to recap what all hunts he's been on this year so far. Where he's been.
Well, yeah, we can do that. That'd be a good one. Yeah, well, let's just start. Let's start at the convention. You came to the convention. You're all fired up. And you're for sure going to hunt this year. And I know last year, you got a daughter playing ball and all that. You were coaching, and that kills it. Springtime is ball season, baseball, softball season, and turkey season. And it's hard to do both. Matter of fact, you had people didn't show up at your camp this year, Dustin, because they had ball.
That's right.
So,
and prom.
And
prom. That's prom season right now. Yeah, I didn't think about it, and that's what it was. It was prom instead of ball. Addison had their prom.
If I had a daughter, it might be different, but I could give two rats buttholes about the prom, and my son's going.
Well, his daughter's a senior. This is her last prom.
I understand, but I had one. His wife went to the prom. Do you know what I knew about the prom? She didn't stay there, and her mama called her. I didn't go to no pictures. I didn't do none of that kind of crap. I was probably turkey hunting, be honest with you. I don't know. It would have been this time of the year, I guess so.
Yeah, that, softball season came in up until this year. I coached a lot, and I talked with Sarah and told her, I was like, I don't think I'm going to coach this year. I think I'm going to start going turkey hunting. So stopping coaching really freed up a lot of time. So I've been able to get out. I think I've been 3, maybe 4 times this season, because I'm not able to go during the week, working. I don't have my own piece of property to go to. I got a buddy that's been gracious enough to let me go hunt his dad's property. And so yeah, it's just weekends is the only time I get to go.
But it made a difference. No coach or head coaching. Now my kids played ball. Both the boys played ball, and I was there during the week, during practices. I helped. I'd assistant coach if they needed, but I was just up front. I said I won't be here on Saturday. I'd stay till 10 o'clock on a Friday night and then drive down to Dallas County. But I was just up front and honest with them. I won't be there on park day. Sorry. I'll buy you tickets or whatever you're selling, but I that's what happened to me. And maybe I was, looking back now, would it have made a difference? Well, I wouldn't have killed some turkeys I killed, but, and I didn't miss that much. We played a lot of weeknight ball games. So, if I miss a Saturday game, it wasn't that big of a deal. The wife was there. Wife number 1 anyway.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so how did you go about, getting ready, preparing?
Well, I took a lot of time listening to podcasts. Watched videos on everything I needed to do. I've watched videos with Eddie Salter. He gives a lot of great advice. And everybody's got a clip of something that he said that's, kind of sticks with you. So I really prepared just by watching a bunch of videos and listening to everybody else. I've read a few things. I haven't read a whole lot, but I read a little bit here and there.
Well, you're a YouTube generation.
Right.
You don't even watch TV probably.
Well, when I get my NWTF magazine, I'll thumb through it. But other than that, I get majority of my stuff is YouTube or podcast.
I get 2 magazines. I like to read. I guess I'm just of that old generation. He sits around and watches a lot of YouTube videos. So he'll talk about, you see this and that. I don't watch it. I got my Gamekeeper magazine because I subscribe to it. It's a quarterly, and I got my Turkey Call. And then I had a couple of other ones. It's hard to find a published magazine.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it online. I'm not an online. I just don't like reading online.
Well, wasn't there one called Turkey and Turkey Hunting at one time?
Yeah, there was.
A magazine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought, because I think I used to get those.
But there used to be Alabama Outdoors or whatever it was called. There's the Georgia Outdoors. There AON, Alabama Outdoor News.
Yeah.
It was part of Georgia Outdoor News, and I don't think they had the viewer, subscriber type thing here in Alabama like they do in Georgia, and they just shut it down. I actually wrote articles for them. I did monthly deer and turkey reports for Dallas County or Blount County, wherever I happen to be hunting.
Right.
And that was 12 months a year. They wasn't long, just, a couple of paragraphs, but it was something to do. But
I'll tell you the biggest thing about YouTube or TikTok or, any of those videos, it's very misleading on how your turkey hunt's going to go. And I've realized that now being out in the woods these YouTube videos or TikToks, they show you just, a minute clip of the turkey walking up and them taking a shot at it and the hunt's over with. Well, they don't show you, the times they went out there and scouted and they know where that bird's roosted, and they don't show you how long it took them to call that bird in. So it's misleading in a way.
Yeah, all you see is the dead bird or the bird dying. You don't see the hours or days or weeks put in. I've got 2 dead birds right there. But I spent 3 days this past weekend seeing nothing, walking my butt off, sweating. I mean, there's a lot more of that in my world than killing turkeys. Because I would have probably couple thousand beards. I would have to sit down and really think about how many days I've hunted over time. I mean, I've killed a lot of turkeys, but you got to figure that's over 40 years. I mean, an average 1 or 2 or some. I've had several seasons, nothing. My first 3 years, nothing. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have no YouTube. Wasn't getting magazines back then, and I didn't hunt with people that turkey hunted. I didn't know anybody that turkey hunted. I turkey hunted because I thought you could sleep late. Because, you can. I've actually probably killed more turkeys. I'm not going to say I killed more, just as many in the afternoons as the mornings. Mornings are more exciting because they're gobbling.
I'm not there for that. It's just like.
I'm there to kill a turkey.
Yeah.
I'm not, I mean.
I'm going to tell you right now, I hadn't slept in. That's for sure. I've been up at 3 a.m. getting ready.
Well, if you're driving all the way from your house over here, like to Bankhead, or even, we won't really talk about where. Well, it don't matter. The Blount County, we'll just call counties. So these people. You've probably heard me ranting about this. I won't even tell you the state.
No, I
went up to,
Oh Lord, you should have seen us at the boat ramp this Saturday morning. It was, everybody was putting in that morning, and. It was these two young
hunters.
Oh yeah. It was 2 young guys there. And we just trying to cut up with people. And my buddy says, so where's the turkeys at? And them guys, they didn't say not a word.
Oh, there's no
word.
Find out that, no, that's taboo.
And it got him fired up. And I told him, I said, listen, turkey hunters they're worse than bass.
First off, they're gonna lie to you. If they tell you where they're at, they ain't there.
Well, I mean, he was just making a joke. They could have said, well, they're out there in the woods or something like that. It was straight faced. I told him, I said,
I find it was the young guys.
Oh yeah.
See, I would have thought they would have been more me. If you asked me that, I would have had that smart aleck comment like, they're in the tree.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Well, that's what he was thinking they were going to say, but they didn't say anything. And I told him, I said, well, they're so young. Their mama probably told them, don't talk to strangers, so don't take it too hard.
Well, I mean, that's true, but it's just turkey hunters a different breed now when it comes to hunting them. Like you said, though, at the convention or any of these shows you go to, or, we've traveled a bunch and we've never met any resistance or ugly people. I mean, we don't knock on doors, but I certainly wouldn't in Alabama or somewhere, because you're going to get run off or shot at just driving up somebody's driveway here. But out west, there's many people. And
oh, yeah.
Knock on doors and that kind of thing.
It's a farmer-owned tractor and just drop by and talk.
Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing is, like, I've been trying to look around for, like, land to lease, a couple 100 acres here or there. And you see them, but they're like, it's only they want you to deer hunt. They don't want you to turkey hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can come out here and deer hunt, but you can't turkey hunt. And it's like,
well, people said that about down there where I hunt or deer hunt, but I took turkey hunting out of it. And because there's no turkeys, we're in 3,000 acres of 10-year-old pine trees. There is no turkeys. There are turkeys on the outskirts, maybe in the forest, but everybody, when I'm advertised for a member, first thing is, just include turkeys. Just include turkey. Well, I know they're a turkey hunter. Well, first off, I'm a turkey hunter. And I did it for the 15 years I was in it before. If you told me you was a turkey hunter, you wasn't getting in my club. I'm just sorry. We already had 3 or 4 or 5 turkey hunters.
Mm-hmm.
If I had the choice, and I did, because nobody else would do it, by God, you got sorted right on out of the mix. I don't care if we're short a member, you wasn't getting in. It's just the way it was. I mean, the year I got in, that was in 1998. That's how it tells you how long that was. My old cousin and hunting partner from that time on, when I walked up on him during deer season, or he come and saw me, I guess I was at the skinning shed or something other, first thing out of his mouth, you turkey hunt? I said, yep. Which I'd only killed a couple turkeys up to then. He just hung his head and went, I hate to hear that. And, of course, it worked out for me and him, but tell you what, I mean, it's just the way it is. And now, like I said, I catch grief, and I'm trying not to even have to advertise for a member, but I catch grief because it'll be, and you'll read it in all these, oh, they got deer hunters, but they don't allow no turkey hunter. Okay. Yeah, that's their right. I mean, first off, I took it out of all the new members. Any legacy members, people that joined in 2016 when we got the land back, that's still there. If they want to turkey hunt, they can turkey hunt. But no new members. It's out of it. It's just, we're done. There's no need. There's plenty of, there's just no turkeys. Nobody hunts it. I was all over it this weekend. I heard 3 turkeys. And they were all in forest, basically. They were all around the edges. These guys can't even get there. They don't even know how to get there. But it'll be like, well, SOBs got the land locked up, and rich guys will tell me, I ain't no rich guy. I save my money. My money's fixing to get even tighter as I get older and try to retire or whatever. But, that's just how it is. And if you find, and you don't need 200 acres, if you got the right 50 acres, that's all you need. If you can find 50 acres in the middle of the bankhead or whatever, it might be all you need. I hunted 50 acres in Kentucky, and I'd say 35 of it was hayfield. Man, there was turkeys everywhere. It was just perfect. It was perfect for deer, and it was perfect for turkeys. And I never deer hunted it. I just went up there and turkey hunted. But people, even if you find that land, it's ridiculously priced. I mean,
oh yeah,
I would say stay on these lease land hunting club pages, and a lot of times you can find somebody that's looking for a turkey hunting member. And then, of course, before you went off and joined, you need to talk to me and Dustin. See there? I've got it right so far. And, if it's 500 acres and they got 9 turkey hunters, you don't want in there, because there is so many more people turkey hunting today than when I started. I mean, people go, you turkey hunt? Yeah, I could, well, you've been to the convention. Look at that. That's
right. It's covered
crazy.
Up. Can't walk.
And that's the way it is. Management areas now, you can't find a road to park on to go in hardly. You better get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I did.
And, I mean, now 20, 25, 30 years ago, me and my brother Mark, we took off to Okmulgee going to hunt opening weekend down there, and we couldn't find a road to park on, and most of it was out of state hunters. That's another thing that, everybody hates the non-resident. Well, I don't hate them. I'm a non-resident, hell, more than I'm a resident now hunting. We bounce around so much. Just, you just got to put up with it. Now, we've never been nowhere nobody's ever said, oh, I hate you, we're coming into my state. Now, we haven't hunted Mississippi or Georgia, and I hear it a lot out of Florida, but we hunted private land in Florida.
Yeah.
So you're mainly, I told you could come down and hunt me a week or so, or when was that? When was I down there? No, I was just going down there and you could scout around with me. This the only time I went was this past weekend, and I won't go back. I mean, we'll hit the road Sunday.
Right.
But being new and you're not in any kind of deer club or any of that kind of stuff, I would say just stay on those on those hunting club pages and lease pages, and just read them. Private message. Don't post nothing. People's just going to blast you no matter what you do. You know, I posted how much it cost to be a member down there, and I was called a liar.
Yeah.
I was called a liar. I took the post down. There's no way you could do that for that kind of money. Then you had people, you're screwing you. You're screwing everybody. How are you? $1,200 to, you know, I don't know. I said, he paid me $3,000. I don't care.
Right.
But, you know, so anyway, not get on there, but tell us about your first hunting adventure, your first time in the woods. Where were you?
I was here in Coleman County.
Okay.
The first time I hunted, you know, for me, now I did go with Dustin, his daughter on that youth.
Well, I guess we could count that. I mean, you were in the blind. I'm gonna tell you were in a tough spot. You brand new hunter, taking your daughter and going to do the calling and.
Yeah, and I surprised myself because I'm gonna tell you right now, I worked that bird. I worked it better than I thought I was going to. I mean, I didn't realize that there was a pond on the right-hand side of us, and I think that bird, it come in behind us and then traveled around that pond and went on away from us. But it was fun. Don't get me wrong. I had a great time. Blakeland had a great time. She got excited whenever, you know, that gobble got louder because, I mean, it was right up on us. And, but she's a little impatient. She got to a point where she was just like, can we go somewhere else? Can we go hit something else? Can we move? And at the time, it was the first time out in the woods, and I didn't want to take her and be running through property and that I didn't know nothing about. So I told her, I was like, let's just sit here and see what happens, you know? So.
Well, they're fidgety. Kids are fidgety. All of them. Even his daughter, as old as she is, she's going to be fidgety. That's where a blind does come in handy. If you did take them out and go sit on a tree somewhere, you still need some kind of blind portable stick up in front of you or something like that.
There was no way that she was going to sit still because when we were sitting in that blind, she was just constantly moving.
Oh, yeah.
And she'd want something to eat. Lord, she ate me out of every snack I had that I brought with me. I was like a pack mule coming in there, and she had all I carried out was trash. So,
but you heard birds.
We heard birds.
Was that the first bird to ever gobble back at you?
Yes. It was exciting.
How did it feel?
Exciting.
Yeah. When you know they're talking to you, is a whole different ball game.
Oh, yeah. And we seen 4 hens run out in front of us. So she was able to actually see a turkey out there. So that got her fired up. So it wasn't a complete waste of time. She was dealing with some sinus issues. You know, we got out of the woods and went and ate lunch. Hot. Oh, good Lord, it was so hot. It was miserable. With her sinuses messed up, we went for lunch and guy took us to another piece of property, and we got out there, and it was just old makeshift blind that was out there, nothing covering us up. Mm-hmm. There wasn't no way she was going to stay still enough out there and that. And she looked at me and she said, "Daddy, I can't breathe. Can we just go home?" I said, if you ready to go, we'll go, you know.
Well, the worst thing is you don't want to make them stay.
Right.
And then them hate it.
Right.
You know, or I'm not going back because he wouldn't go home. They'll eventually get it.
Well, she's asked me since then. She's like, "So when are we going to go again?"
Mm-hmm.
So she's ready to go again. She's fired up about it. She likes that little 410 I bought for her. It's not heavy. She can actually work it. So
it looked like she did a good job. The video I saw of her shooting.
Oh yeah, she did a great job. So that second hunt, I guess it would be my second hunt. You know, we went over to my buddy's father's property and we got out in the woods and he hit his owl hooter. He called for me. I didn't call that hunt. And he hit the owl hooter and we heard a bird gobble. So we set up and we had a trail, like a little tractor trail. His father goes out there and has a green field out in the back. And he set up on the other side of the trail. I set up on one side, and I was facing this little open field area where his dad plants a garden, because we thought the bird was going to come up the hill and be out in that little open area. Well, he got sat down, got set up. He called. Bird behind him. So he jumps up, runs across the trail, and gets over behind me up on a tree, and I turn 90 degrees. And he calls a little bit more, and that bird, I seen it come up. It's in the woods, heavily wooded area, but there was a little bit of a shooting lane. And I was not completely set up. I needed to be turned just a hair bit more to be comfortable in shooting it. I could have shot it, but I wasn't turned correctly. But that gobbler come up, and there was 3 trees that was just stacked up, and that gobbler walked in behind them 3 trees and stopped, and he'd poke his head out, and then back in, poke his head out, back behind those trees, and I was aiming down, so I was waiting on it, and I mean, I was shaking, I was breathing hard, I was like, I couldn't control any of it, and
as it should be. I still am the same way.
I needed him to walk one more step, maybe 2 more steps out into that shooting lane. I would have blistered him, but he stopped, turned 90 degrees, and walked away from us behind them trees. And it was the craziest thing, because it's almost like he knew, if I keep the trees between them, there ain't no way.
Oh, I've had it happen. It happened to me in Florida, walking straight away on the tree. Now, he wouldn't have stuck his head out, but the second time, and I would just bark off the tree, or I would have hit him or killed him. Because, I mean, that's just how I am. He would have killed the tree. I know what Dustin would have done. He's killed he's killed trees all over the United States.
And that's what I was thinking about in my mind was, Dustin,
don't worry about it.
He'd have chopped that tree down shooting at that turkey.
My brother killed one. Let's see, it came in on Thursday down at my dad's. I came in and hunted that morning, and I left about 9. He killed it before 10, but it came in behind him, and at least it came to his right, so he's not having to shoot left-handed or really oddball trying to get around. You're not going much further than right here unless you go left-handed. But when me and him, let's see, I went over there. The next morning we were in there, so that'd been Friday morning. And when we got done, he said, "Come here and look." And there was no bark on that pine tree. None. I mean, it was slick with sap running out of it where he had, of course, he's shooting TSS, but that turkey, and of course, he does it all the time. He shot it in full strut. I don't shoot them in strut. I mean, I would if that was all I had, but I don't think I've ever shot one in strut. But it just barely come out from behind that tree. It'd been standing back behind him, drumming and gobbling, and he was the same way. He said, I couldn't breathe. My heart, I was shaking. And he was trying to get, that slow turn, and you got to be slow. They're going to see you most times anyway. But when the turkey went behind that pine tree, and just as its head come out, I mean, and I guess it was profile to him, he just killed it. I mean, but he took, I'm not kidding you, nobody can see this, but 4 or 5 inches of bark up and down on that pine tree, it's gone. I mean, it's just slick. And about 20 yards, 25 yards at the most. So TSS puts out so many shots. That's why if you're shooting number 4 long beer or something, maybe it might be a little bit different. You guys being shot with lead, but I wouldn't be too afraid. All you got to have is that one pellet in the right place. And God almighty, I don't know how many pellets are in a TSS round. You shoot a 12 gauge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You had probably a third more than what a 20 gauge has in it.
Yeah. Looking back at it now, I probably should have pulled the trigger on it, but I mean, it's my first hunt. I didn't want to shoot at it and maim it. And, I really wanted to do it the right way and make sure it was a kill shot on it. And
well, turkey hunting It's turkey hunting. You're going to be in very few shots are going to be just walking in saying, kill me. You know, they're going to see you and start taking off running. You're going to shoot them, or you're going to have to do a follow-up shot. Heck, I lost one. I missed one in Florida, but down at his club a couple years ago, I rolled it. That turkey, we both thought it was dead. I rolled it. He was just flopping. I didn't even jump up. I just kind of got up. And by the time I got to the bird, I thought he flopped out of the field or out of the opening. It wasn't really a field. That bird, he was gone. I jumped him one time. And they'll hide. You don't think they're smart enough to hide. They will hide. They'll crawl under brush. They'll hide in a ditch. I've had them hide in a ditch and step on them. This one was hid behind an oak tree by the tree. And when I went around, he jumped up and off down through the woods. I couldn't get a shot at him. But yeah, never be afraid to do a follow-up. I've seen somebody over here do a follow-up a couple of times.
Yeah, I've been going in the woods with, 2 shells. I don't know if I need to go in with 3, but I've been doing 2.
You shoot a pump?
Yeah, I got a pump.
You put 3 in it.
And 3 in your vest.
3 in your vest. Yeah, never. Worst thing in the world is to run out of shells. Well, that bird in Tennessee I had to chase down. You remember? I shot every shell. I know.
Yep.
I shot everything I had at it. My battery went dead in my red dot.
That's the last shell I had too.
I had to chase that bird a quarter mile before I finally caught up to him, could kill him. I mean, I wounded him. He had a broke wing, and he
had a broke leg too, didn't he?
I think so, but he could run. I don't know.
Or something.
He was. I don't know. He was doing a good job.
Yeah.
But
you done a good job staying up with him.
I left you. I went through a broad bar fence, and I don't even remember it. You remember that fence?
We cleared it.
Did you jump that fence? I said, I don't remember. I don't even remember a fence, but I got across it. It was just an old cattle fence. It was kind of down
high.
Yeah, I mean,
it would have killed you.
I wasn't jumping property lines if that's what anybody's thinking. I mean, we were on the farm.
We were in the middle of 6,600 acres.
Yeah.
We'd have been a while before we run off of it.
But I chased that thing almost back to their camp. I mean, I was behind them trailers, really, where I killed it at. That was
back there by the pond.
A long way. But we got our double. But what I'm saying is there's going to be a lot of them going, man, I should have done that. You can't let it get to you now, never assume, I'll kill him next time, because chances are you'll never see him again. It's weird. And when you roosted don't mean roasted. I know that's the thing. I used to, back in my younger days, I stayed out. I roosted a lot of turkeys. And I was a kid. We'd be at dinner, and, the guy down there at the barbecue joint where I ate at, we knew each other. And he killed any turkeys? No, but I got one in a tree. He's dreaming his last dream tonight. Yeah. You guaranteed you ain't killing that turkey. Now, I was doing it just joking because I already knew.
He might not even be there next morning.
Yeah, I mean, first off, you got to compete with all the real hens. He's not roosted there because he's just out walking around. That's the tree he wanted to go up. He's right there because those hens are somewhere right in that area. He's been following them around all day. Yeah, so, and that's something else, them midday birds, they'll tell you, there'll be the hens break away. Well, 1 or 2 of them might, but if there's 8 hens, he still might be with 4 more all day long. Now, they'll still gobble and you can kill them, because I have a bunch of times. But it's very rare I've hit just a lonely bird that was off by himself. I have, but more times than not, they were still with hens. So, have y'all been back over
we went back over there a week after that first our first hunt over there, and I'm gonna tell you right now, we didn't hear nothing.
Well, that don't mean they're not there, though.
I mean, we didn't. I mean, we saw one hen, but we didn't hear the first gobble, nothing. And we hunted till probably about lunch.
Yeah.
And got out of there. And
no, I mean, yeah, just because they don't gobble don't mean they're not there. But I don't know. We and you have set up a lot of times and stayed till lunchtime just because you don't really have nowhere else to go, or, chances are You know, it might come through there. Now, I don't know where you're hunting at. You don't really know the land either. You don't know if that was the only bird on the property or if it was, he could have been another section over, you know, with some hens.
Well, I know his dad's been getting pictures of that turkey we saw that first hunt. We've got another picture of him. So he's still out there somewhere, but he's also been getting pictures of about 4 or 5 jakes. They're hanging out.
That's why he won't gobble too.
And that's why he might not be there consistently.
So, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, let me tell you a little story. I'm a good storyteller. And you might want to turn that light on over there before it gets romantic again. In here, it's starting to get dark. But me and Christian was about maybe 9, 10. We were down there at the hunting club, and I had him over there in the woods. We had roosted that gobbler the day before, and we got in there and we were set up, and he was shooting my little single barrel 20 gauge Stevens. Bird flew down. He gobbled good, answered everything I threw at him. I wasn't throwing, just light tree yelps, and then I did a little fly down, and we heard him come out of the tree. That's how close we was. And he was coming right to us, and then he just shut up. Nothing, which is not unusual. It's not unusual that, they can't walk and gobble. They usually have to stop, or they'll be strutting or doing their thing, trying to ease, the hen's supposed to be coming to them anyway. But anyway, I catch movement to my left, and this turkey went left and turned and he was going away from us up the hill, and I'm talking about smoking it. And I'm thinking, what the hell? I mean, I know he didn't see us, or, I didn't think he did. I mean, we weren't in blinds. I didn't carry blinds. We didn't have nothing back then. We sat on trees. And about 3 or 4 minutes later, 4 jakes was standing, closer than me to your truck outside out there, inside 20 yards. And they're just standing there, and then I know what happened. The jakes come in, and they're like little gang members, 4 of them will beat up a gobbler. So that gobbler, he shut up, and he got out of there. That's why I told Christian, and you can devil him about it too, but I said, you see him? He said, yeah. I said, shoot one of them, because I didn't care. I don't care if he shot a jake or not. I want him to kill a turkey. He had never killed a turkey. And he sat there, and the hammer was back. I could see, I said, shoot one of them. He just sat there. He still didn't shoot. Now they're starting to get a little, they know we're not supposed to be there. They're so close. And I said, son, you got to shoot. He said, I don't know which one's the male. I said, they're all male. Shoot one of them. Boom. And he killed it, Of course, we got back. Caleb had stayed at the camper. I couldn't carry 2 at a time. And boy, he was mad. He'd come out and saw that turkey, and he just turned around. And I guess if he could cuss, because he couldn't have been more than 6 or 7. He went back to bed. He wouldn't even come out there and watch us clean it. He was so mad. But yeah, the jakes will do it. If you got jakes running around there, that's a good thing. That means you got seed next year. You're going to have a bunch of 2-year-olds, and they love to gobble, and they love to come in because they still got that drive. I mean, they're not just a little preteen. They're a 17-year-old boy looking for that girl.
Yeah.
So, or 18-year-old.
Yeah, it was a promising thing seeing that picture of them 4 or 5 jakes.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him, I said, they'll grow up.
Well, here's a perfect question. If you're presented with the opportunity to take a jake this year, are you going to take one since it's your first bird?
Well, yeah.
I don't listen. Here's
not even a thought.
Listen.
Yeah.
If he went tomorrow and killed a jake, I wouldn't say one. I might devil him about it a little bit, but honestly, it's legal. It's legal in Alabama to take a jake. I've killed enough. I don't have to kill jakes. Now, if it's May 10th and I haven't seen a turkey all year long, Anthony's probably going to pull the trigger on that jake if he steps out. It'll be a bad day for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I told my buddy, I was like, if we go back over to your dad's property and hunt, because I plan on taking off, and the last day of the season, we already discussed it. We're going to take that day off and hunt all day. I told him, I said, if one of them jakes walks out there, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a dead bird. I'm not going to even second guess it. I'm pulling trigger.
Well, y'all need to stay up with his dad and see if y'all can't pattern that turkey, how often he's here every third day, or he's here every other day, or he's here at 2:00.
Yeah, that last time we went over there, he asked his dad, he's like, hey, can I get the login for your camera so I can see what's going on? So he's been keeping a close eye on what they're doing, where they're going.
Because I killed one, it was May 10th, last day of season. I was going somewhere else, and I hate to admit it, but I used my camera. That turkey was walking away from my camera at 6:30 that evening before. I was sitting right down there at the hunting camp, and I said, it's 6:30. He's going to be in a tree in an hour or earlier, And I went over there next morning and set up 100 yards from where the camera was, way on down the road, and shot that turkey. I mean, he came right to me because he was there. He was by himself that evening. We're at May 10th. It's the 10th. Yeah, I guess it was 10th. That's when it's been going out. Most hens are setting. So he was looking for love. Now I'm deaf in this ear because of that, but that's the price I paid. And I'd do it again.
I think that's been my biggest worry too, is like if I do pull the trigger, because I've been taking some earplugs, but it has a cord. I've been biting the cord off and just having one. Well, sometimes I'll put it in and be sitting there. Well, I can't hear.
No.
So I'm having to pull it out and put it back in my pocket. And I'm like, man, if a bird walks up, I ain't going to have time to put.
Well, let me tell you, you probably ain't shot enough guns over your lifetime. I probably shot more before you was alive than you'll probably shoot before you're dead with nothing. And that's part of the problem. I think pistols did more damage than my shotguns. Because a pistol, I would shoot that 45 and my ears would ring for a week. Just being stupid. We didn't know better back then. So, but they got plenty of fairly reasonable earplugs that dampen the sound. Matter of fact, somebody said Walker's come out with a real good set.
Walker's
just very reasonably priced. And
they actually amplify the sounds.
They'll amplify the sound. They're not nowhere near as expensive as those Tetras I've got down there. Those Tetras are $1,800. I mean,
right.
Of course, I got a deal on mine. I mean, I've been dealing with them so long. Matter of fact, I sold a set. I say I did. I helped sell the set to David Pardue. Hey, David. I know you're listening.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out, David. So
now I do plan to buy something along those lines, for next season. So I mean, it is in the works of doing something like that.
I don't wear anything.
Well,
I should, but I don't. I mean, when we go to the range, yeah, I'm always with ear protection, but hunting. One thing about it too, I mean, Anthony's case was just kind of one of those deals, but for the biggest part, I mean, it seems like your body, when your adrenaline's pumping and you're shooting at an animal, that sound, like even a deer or whatever, I don't hear that sound like I do if we're just at the range and it's, going off by
you
my
don't
head.
hear it, but your ears hear it.
Yeah, my ears do.
You don't realize it. I mean, just like a gun kicking, you ain't gonna feel that gun kick when you're shooting a deer or a turkey or even a dove for that matter.
Yeah.
But you'll feel it on the range, or you'll feel it driving home after shooting 4 or 5 boxes of shells at doves. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot. All that extra hand movement, I don't even think I'd risk it.
That one that Michael Waddell, that decibel.
Yeah.
You heat those up in boiling water, kind of like a mouthpiece, and stick them in there. They've got one that has some kind of deal where it's not electronic, but it's got a filter where you can hear, outside sounds, but it'll block off for the firearm.
Right.
So, and I think those are about $40 or $30 or something, and they'll be molded for your ears.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've seen them at Academy. I think they have they sell them there.
But these new Walkers, I've heard some good things about them. I mean,
well, even like the axles I got ain't too bad expensive.
No.
I bought mine off eBay.
Yeah, I've checked out those axles as well. I'm not looking to spend a whole bunch of money on them, but just something that'll dampen it a little bit. That way it's not just a full shock wave coming into my eardrum. Because, I did spend time in the military.
Well, that's true.
There was plenty of days.
Wearing earplugs, it was probably the defective ones.
Yeah,
It was definitely
3M foams.
It was definitely the 3M foam.
Well, you should be. You should have got a settlement out of them.
There wasn't nothing left in that settlement after they paid everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got to. There's a few things I need to change with the gear that I'm going out in. As far as my boots, I've already can tell that I'm gonna have to change boots. What
kind of boots you wearing? What are you wearing?
Well, I'm not wearing anything expensive. It's just like a pair of deck boots. Pretty much is what I'm wearing. It's just what I have because I did not prepare well enough boot wise, but that is going to be the next thing I buy is hearing protection and boots for sure.
Well, I'll tell you, you don't have to be a millionaire to turkey hunt, but you can't turkey hunt. I mean, you can put on a pair of Army BDUs and a shirt, but good footwear, you're going to have to spend that kind of money. I mean, you can buy a decent shotgun that's reasonably priced. You don't have to buy Benelli's. You don't have to wear Sitka or none of that kind of crap. But when it comes to your footwear, your hearing, your eyes, whatever, first off, what's your hearing worth? What's your feet worth? I walked 7 miles Sunday before 12 o'clock, and my ankle was killing me. I thought, well, I jumped a couple of creeks, and I was thinking, like you were in Bankhead, I'm going, if I fall in a hole or I break my leg down here, even if I could get a cell out or a satellite signal, because that's what I text you on with satellite all the time, they ain't nobody could ever find me. I mean, I'd have to hear them yell and fire the gun. If I even did that, if I was where I couldn't get my phone, I'm dead, man.
Or if you'd went into shock.
Well, that's what I'm
just
saying.
passed out or,
Right.
If I'd have got down in there and got bit by a cottonmouth,
yeah,
I don't know if I could have got out.
you wouldn't have. You'd have went in shock before that.
I don't let that kind of stuff bother me in the moment, because if I did, I'd be sitting at home.
Mm-hmm.
I've always hunted by myself until me and you got together. Dustin, see, got it right so far this whole trip, this whole recording. But my buddy was there, or there was somebody else down there. We signed out. I didn't even go in there, which I'm supposed to. Here I am running the show and sign out. I'm in 30. Well, I really wasn't in 30. I was in the national forest, but somebody would have had a starting point.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought about that. I mean, I'm miles from the truck. If I'd had a broke leg, I don't know how you'd get out. I could get out with probably a broke arm or something, but.
Well, what made me really think about my boot situation was walking in Bankhead, walking up and down them hills and hollers.
Deck boots ain't the way to go up and downhill.
No, they are not. I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, there ain't no tread on them.
It was killing my ankles.
You got no lugs on them, right? They're just slick.
And if you hunt,
about slick.
And if you hunt enough over there too, you're going to come up on water where you got to cross.
What size boots you wear?
I wear a 12.
Oh, I was going to say I might have an extra pair, but not no 12s.
Yeah. We went and hunted his dad's property one morning, and then we didn't hear anything, so we went to his uncle's property. It was just right down the road, and we had to jump a creek and got wet feet that day.
Just a cheap pair of the green non-insulated rubber boots. You can buy them pretty cheap. They'll have a little tread on them anyhow. That's what I ended up buying when I got a pair of rubber boots, snake-proof rubber boots. It's made for turkey hunting, but they disappeared. I still think she hid them, or she found, because I looked for them things for a year and had to go buy a set. And this year I walk in the shop up there and they're sitting there dead in front of me right on the shelf. There ain't no way them boots was there. No way. But so, there's no way I go into Bankhead with a pair of basically tennis shoes.
Basically. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, it was tough hiking. And
I don't know how you did it.
I don't go into Bankhead without snake boots.
Well, I mean, first off, I just walk around here with the dogs, and if I'm in a pair of tennis shoes, not my own clouds, just regular old tennis shoes or my slip-ons, I'll go down that hill like I'm on a ski slope in the leaves. I don't know how you did it.
Sheer grit. Determination to kill a turkey. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I've been hunting them hard.
Well, don't get discouraged for sure.
Oh, I'm not. I'm going to tell you right now, every time we've went out hunting, I've had a blast. It's been a very enjoyable time. You know, you have a bunch of laughs, especially when you go with somebody you know real well, and just having stories and cutting up. You know, it's been real fun.
Well, if you build your days and save you time, maybe next year you truck off to Illinois with us or somewhere, because that's a reasonable hunt.
Yeah.
Very reasonable. I mean, as far as what the license cost.
I think that's what he's gonna save up some days, because he told me he's really, this season's really, he's been turkey hunting, but him going with me has really got him fired up about it too. So I told him, I said, save up your days and save up some money. I said, we'll go travel and go hunt somewhere. I said, this season might be a learning season for us, because I mean, he's been turkey hunting, but he's had someone call for him. So this has been his first year really calling. So he's been working out some kinks with
money.
He's been working out kinks, you know, throughout the season too, as far as, you know, getting a cadence down and, you know.
Well, I'll tell you this, don't not go because you're by yourself, because you'll learn more by yourself than you will with somebody. I'll just be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I'm not afraid to go.
I mean, you know, plus you can mess up, nobody knows. That's what I like about it. It's the truth. Well, honestly, me and him hunt together a lot. We actually hunted more in Alabama together this year than we ever have, but I'll catch myself sitting there, you know, should I call? Well, if I was by myself, I'd be calling right now. Or should I move? If I was by myself, I might be. He's probably doing the same thing, or you know, it'd be like, call, you know, or whatever. You use your call or whatever, or, you know, we've hunted in blinds together and ain't a whole lot you can do, but just then you're in a blind. But, you know, if you're sitting on a tree, you might go, well, we did it in Illinois. I mean, we crawled all over them hills. Not Illinois, Indiana. Illinois too. We moved a lot of trees, but you'll sit there and wait on the other guy to do something. Is what I'm saying. When you probably should just go ahead and do whatever you're going to do.
Well, now I'm going to tell you right now, he's got to work on his patience a little bit. He likes to.
If he listens to this podcast, he's hearing you say that.
Oh, I've told him. I'm like, hey, you got to learn a little bit of patience. You know. Like, I know I do too, but he really's got to learn it. He likes to move.
Well, runner gunners, they listen, I was as bad as anybody. I really didn't settle down to hunting more than a couple of hours in one spot until, I guess, back in 2016 when we took the land back over down there. It was cut over. If you moved, something could see you for a mile away. So it was just better to, well, I know he's there. You know, I'll just sit and wait him out, or hopefully he'll feed through, or he'll come to my calling, or the hens will, you know, drag him in. So, you know, now don't be afraid to move. If you strike a bird and he's 200 yards away in the tree and it's still dark, get on up there to 100 yards or whatever. Of course, that's where knowing the woods and knowing the land comes in handy. Like I said, this year, sitting on a green field hadn't been the thing.
No.
Not for me.
No, they've been in the woods.
That second one I killed, he come around. He didn't come through the green field. He went around the edge of the woods and circled around. He wasn't coming out in there to feed or do any of that. I mean, he was coming to my calling, but he wasn't in a field. He was off side of the hill in the pines somewhere over there behind my uncle's place.
I don't think that they're going to get out into an open field here in the near future because it's about to get hot here in Alabama. I'm talking about it's going to be hot, and they ain't going to want to just sit out there for too long.
No, but I'm going to tell you, right when you think that's what they're going to be in the bottom, they'll be up there in the middle of the damn desert.
He'll just get under the shade while she's out there bugging.
Well, I mean, I chased one all over years ago, and I was off down some of these same bottoms. That's all that's left now is the bottom, but I was down in there. It's like 12:30. I come trucking up that hill, and when I walked around the curve, we had a little strip planted there. That sucker was standing out there in the blazing sun.
Strut.
No, he was by himself. He was just standing there. I guess he had been feeding around and saw me. And I mean, I threw some lead at him. I'm not going to let one just go. I mean, I thought he was going to die just trying to get through them trees. When he hit every limb on that tree. Boom, 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 boom. I thought I'd hit him, but no. Once he got out of all that, he just glided to that bottom and he was gone. I didn't knock a feather out of him, but you got to remember, they live in this all the time. I mean, can you imagine being a turkey in August?
And
black turkey,
feathers.
and it's 100 degrees. And even if they're down in the bottom in the shade, it's 100% humidity. And I mean, I'm amazed at how long a turkey stays hot. I mean,
oh yeah,
you can throw him in the truck in 3 hours before you get him cleaned, and he's still hot or warm.
Mm-hmm.
He may be a little stiff, but man, they're well insulated. I guess that's what gets them up north through the winters so good. They just can hold the heat in. Of course, you can see them in the summer. I get them all the time on camera. They're just running around with that mouth open because that's the only way they can cool off is, with their breathing. I guess they don't sweat.
I've been looking at Bankhead. I try to look for creeks and try to get close to them creeks because in my head as a first time hunter, I'm thinking they're going to want to try to get down close to these creeks, get a little bit of water because it's hot. But then again, I don't know.
Well,
I'm first time.
A turkey,
I'm guessing.
A turkey will get most of his moisture eating grass and that kind of stuff. But mud puddles, and I've never seen it go on, but I've seen a lot of tracks around mud holes where tadpoles are. They might get in there and go after tadpoles and stuff. They like to roost near water, or that's what I'm told now. I get told that, but my experience over time down there, wherever them hens go up, they're going up. They may not be in the same tree. They may be 70 yards from the hens, but wherever them hens go, they're going. They don't now. Later in the season, they may be looking, so they may be up in the tree. That's the great opportunity right there. And they are lonely. They're out looking, and they will travel and look for hens once all the hens go to setting because they're not done. I mean, they're just like me and you. I mean, when you're a single man, just because you by yourself don't mean you ain't looking.
Right.
So, spring break on the beach. The boys ain't down there for the suntan. No. Or girls either nowadays, I don't guess. But I would just, ridges overlooking that. And a lot of times that's what you'll hear. Yeah, they'll be down on the bottoms, down on the creeks and rivers and stuff. Maybe. For sure, that's the place to be looking. But don't be surprised if, you get out of the truck and hoot three steps away from your hood and one gobbles just down the road, right there on top of the hill. I think they love ridges. They can see, they're safe. They got a good escape because all they got to do is glide out of that thing. So, yeah, they say it, but I'll just tell you, they'll be anywhere.
Yeah.
And like Cuz Strickland says, they're evil. They love to screw you. And them I was on Saturday when they hit the ground, or Sunday, never made another peep. I never saw a track. I never saw a scratching. I never heard another gobble. I never seen a hen. Nothing. They just, when they flew down, they disappeared before they hit the ground. They were just gone. I don't know where they went. Like I said, 7 miles later, no water. No. I almost took a drink out of what I thought was a spring, and I was afraid. I said, you know what? I don't want dysentery or something.
You know, my buddy, he makes so much fun of me because I'll show up and I'll have like a gallon of water with me. And he's like, what are you planning on doing with that? I said, I'm not going to be thirsty. All right. So I'll drink a good bit of it before we even hit the woods. And I'm like, what are you going to drink? He's got like this cherry Pepsi he's got over there. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know how you're doing that.
How much water I normally drink?
I don't bottle every 3 days.
I don't drink a lot of water.
And I empty a Camelback every day.
Yeah.
And that's something you might want to think about. You know, I don't know.
I have a Camelback, but I got to noticing that right on my mouthpiece, there's this bright blue piece. I got to get me some tape and tape over it. So I took the Camelback out.
Yeah, but they're so cheap. You can buy them at Walmart.
They're $9.
$9 for a brand
that's
new.
where I got that one from, was at Walmart. So I got to get some tape and tape.
I'm always
over that.
afraid what's been growing in mine the year
Yeah.
before, you know, all winter long or whatever.
I just fill mine up with bleach water and I let it soak before the season.
Mm.
And then I take my drinking tube off and I just let it air dry. And then I'm ready to go.
See, I'm not too worried. I don't carry a box call. Now, when me and him are gone and we don't come out of the woods most of the time, like Tennessee, we're there all day. We may break and run to town and get some lunch or something other, but it might be 1 o'clock or something. But, so I'll put that, what do you call it? Camelback?
Mm-hmm.
I slide it in the back of my, my turkey vest. It's got a place back there for one. But most time I just carry a bottle of water, and I had a bottle of water. I just left it sitting on the counter. I didn't stick it in my vest. It was hanging out there on the porch that morning. And I thought, in all honesty, I said, I didn't see no good sign Friday afternoon. I didn't hear anything all day Saturday. I thought, I'll be back here by 9 o'clock, taking a shower and getting ready to go home. And that ain't what happened. You
should think that every time.
Maybe so. No, I should have thought like just exactly what I thought about Saturday night. Them birds are going to they were pushed out of all that 1,000 acres that just got cut. Kind of like what's happening on y'all a little bit probably. And the birds were down in that they were in the swampy area, but that's all that's left. And, then you got to be careful down in where I was at, because you may go 200 yards, it's dry ground, and the next step you're knee deep to waist deep in mud. It's just turkeys know how to get around in it, or they can hop over it.
They can probably walk across some of them areas with the way their web feet are.
But I was in my Under Armour, what are they called?
Hovers.
Maybe we want to look at those. Those are good boots. They really, I mean, they hold up 2 or 3 years pretty well. We put a lot of miles. Mine are dedicated for turkeys. He wears his all the time, so he wears his.
I got one pair dedicated.
But all my turkey hunting outfits, except for maybe some of the clothes I might wear during bow season if I bow hunt or hot weather. But most of my turkey, from guns to boots, to most of my clothes, are dedicated. I mean, that's all they're for. When it's over, they hanging up right down there or up. I quit putting them up under the rats. It scared me that they didn't eat none of my clothes, but they did eat all my fans I had up there.
Mine stays in the turkey tote, or in my tote all year.
Mine just hangs right there, and I just take them off. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, all my outfits is just in my big bag. They're on hangers, folded up on a hanger, kind of rolled up. So when I get to the lodge or where we're at, I can just pull them out of there and hang them up, and they'll be ready to go until it's time to go home. Then they'll go in the dirty clothes bag and throw back in that bag. So
speaking of water bottle, I like that turkey vest that I have is that Night in Hell running gun 200, and I wanted to get a turkey vest that didn't have a ton of pockets because I didn't want to weigh myself down, because you end up putting a million things.
Be like our friend Alex DeBoard. He carries 70 pounds with him every time he goes somewhere.
Well, on that vest, there's just nowhere to put a water bottle.
Got a place for a box call?
But it's got a place for a box call.
That's where I carry my water bottle. I don't carry a box call.
Well, I carry a box call with me.
Nah, there ain't no need in it.
And you just hear me just squeaking all the way through the woods.
If you got a pot call, you don't need a box call.
Well, I carry box call, pot call, and tooth mouth calls. when I go to the woods.
I carry 8 mouth calls, 2 pot calls, 7 strikers. So have anything else in there? No. Water. That's about it. My gloves, pair of binoculars. May carry a rangefinder in Missouri and Iowa because it might be on these big fields or something. Generally in the woods, I don't carry my rangefinder. Binoculars, heavy woods, open fields, I carry binoculars.
That's something I need to put in.
They come in handy.
List.
We used them with Owie. We sit there and watch those 2 jakes for an hour, just scratching for eating acorns. That's all it's doing. They could care less about our calling. Generally, a jake will come running in. I mean, I had them at Fred's do that, many times. You'll call in jakes all the time. But these, they didn't care. They were eating. And I think that's what's going on a lot with these turkeys this year because we had that record acorn crop, like a once in a, 100-year acorns or something other. So
I'll be ready for them to be gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're still there, apparently. The water oaks and red oaks are still out there. The rest of them, the white oaks and mountain oaks.
I've seen some of them big swamp oaks.
Swamp oak acorn, yeah. Are they still good?
I don't know.
I got some in the refrigerator I was supposed to plant. I ain't even planted them. I need to. They're sprouting. But, yeah, just pocket knife. Need a pocket knife. Need a lighter. A little big lighter. Ain't going to take up no room. You never know when might get stuck, might get lost. I used to tell everybody deer hunting. I said, my biggest fear was getting lost. When the GPS first come out, I had one. But I carried a lighter and it was, oh, you're going to build your fire and stay warm. I said, no, I'm going to set the woods on fire. They will come in there to put the woods out and somebody will find me. I ain't going to just sit around a little campfire in the middle of nothing. I'm going to have a blaze going. But now as long as you got good battery in your phone, and I carry an extra battery, it's somewhere right here. I'm going to carry it down right here. Let's see, there's one. And what do I do with that other one?
I've got one,
I've got the one that's got the magnet on it.
On the Night and Hell vest. It's got that one open spot.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one of those magnetic packs I keep down in there.
I really like that vest. Now I've noticed that pad.
That right there, look.
Yeah.
Thick somewhere. Oh,
it's charging. I hear it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, you've got day and a half, 2 days worth of battery.
That pad. Now, if you're sitting for 45 minutes, it starts to wear on that old back. Because,
Oh, no, I take my vest off.
Yeah, now when I sit down on a tree in a chair, I take my vest off for sure because it's just in the way. I got my seat pad on. He don't carry a seat pad.
Well, I haven't even taken a chair out in the woods yet. We just been out there and sit on a pad.
Well, I've sat on a pad for 30 years. Thank God they make better pads than they did back then. God, there's some of them pads wasn't thick as that little notebook right there. A good memory foam one, but it don't matter. There's going to be a root, an acorn, a sweet gum ball. Something is good. And it's amazing to me how they come up out of it. You'll sit down and, oh, it's good. Yeah, feels real good. And all of a sudden, something starts growing up out of the ground and hitting you in the bud or that.
Yeah.
There's a little knot on the back of that tree. The most comfortable place I've ever sat in my life was down there in Florida. Those trees we sat on were so huge. Man, you had armrest. You just slide back in there. It was like sitting in a chair. And we weren't in chairs. We was on pad, but we didn't carry chairs with us, did we?
One time we did, but the first time I don't think we did.
I know that evening. The evening Eddie went to sleep on us.
No, we didn't take chairs.
Yeah, we didn't have chairs. You killed the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shot the turkey out from under me. He's good about that. Buddies are good about doing that.
Well, that first hunt we went on, he said that he had a good angle on it. I was like, why didn't you just shoot it? I didn't want to take it from you.
Yeah, but you ain't seen that turkey again. That's the whole deal.
Haven't.
When me and him go in the woods, I don't care who kills the turkey.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, we may have a deal like, all right, he killed one, you're up next. But if that turkey's over here and I ain't got a shot and it's leaving, killed the turkey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's legal, a lot of places now you can't kill but one out of state. But if you can kill two, or let's just say we was in Tennessee and I killed the last time we was hunting together, and now we're in Illinois, hopefully, you'll get that first shot. But I'm telling you right now, if he can't shoot it, I'm going to shoot the turkey.
And then at least we got one bird down. Now we just got to focus on one.
Let's focus on one person killing the turkey. And I mean, your whole reason for getting up and doing all this, spending the money, buying the clothes, practicing the calls, shooting, buying expensive TSS or whatever, is to kill turkeys. And not to kill one, we're good for the turkey, I guess, but not good for you.
Right.
Or for your buddy or for him or for me. I'm not going to drive 10 hours somewhere. I'm not driving an hour somewhere. And, oh, I didn't want to take your turkey, Dustin. I'm sorry, Dustin. I killed that sucker. He ain't going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all about, that's what it's about. I mean, now, if you wanted to just call turkeys up and take pictures of them, that's great. But I ain't got to that stage in my life. I've killed a lot of them, and I've still not killed enough. I ain't killed enough to put my gun down and pick up a bow. I'm sorry. Now, if there was the only way I could hunt them in some state was to shoot them with a bow, I carry a bow. If that's it, I mean, I would. But right now, no, I haven't killed enough to. I still don't. Our numbers are down, but I think they're coming back. I don't think we're in any trouble, no matter what the people say. The sky's falling. The sky is not falling. You want the sky falling? Go back to 1959 and turkey hunt. That was when the sky was falling. 1960, 1970. Our sky started turning blue in about 75, 76 forward. They made that peak. They've come down, but I think they're coming back up. I'm not a biologist, but I just go by what I see. You hear them people all the time, we need to drop our limits, No, they don't. You just don't need to shoot anymore. If you think to drop the limit, shoot what you think the limit should be. I'll shoot. I don't kill the limit anyway. Never have. Probably never will. But if 4 walks out in front of me, 4's going to die in Alabama. Yeah. Now, like over there at my uncle's place, there's only a certain number of birds. I wouldn't go in there and kill every bird out of there. I feel good, though. I mean, I know there's still at least 2 longbeards left. And I've seen 3 jakes. He's seen 4 jakes. So I already know there's going to be birds next year. Plenty of hens, so there'll be a lot of poults. And I don't know what it is about his place over there, but turkeys love it. They love it. I've worked my butt off in Dallas County on my little 40 acres, and apparently they hate it. I don't know. I got clover fields forever. So, anything else? Got any questions? What you would do? Anything like that? I mean, we were running a little overboard.
Nothing I can think of. I just know that I just got to be a little bit more patient, and I'm not discouraged. Nope. If anything, it makes me want to be out there more, because I catch myself just sitting around thinking about going turkey hunting. So,
well, and I'll tell you, don't be afraid. Take the shot like the bird stuck its head out behind the tree, because something dumber will go on, like taking an 80-yard shot at one running up a hillside. I mean,
right.
If you told me turkey stuck his head out and I shot the tree, my buddy shot it 180 yards away, I'd say you did the right thing. You took your shot. He was inside, wasn't 80 yards behind a tree.
Yeah.
I just, especially if you're shooting lead, I mean, you're lucky to get one at 50 yards. I've killed them at 50 yards with a 12 gauge with longbeard number 5s. But, you've reached the max. The worst thing you're going to do is put a pellet in him that's going to make him sick or hurt him or do something, not kill him.
Right.
But chances are you would probably kill that turkey if you'd shot as he stuck his head out. But hindsight's 20/20.
Right.
All you can do is learn. and you're going to mess up a lot. You'll mess up a lot more than a perfect hunt. I don't know how many times I've messed up. Listen, I set up one morning, 3 hours I called that turkey trying to bring him across a holler. And he finally broke and was coming to me. And a squirrel jumped out in the road to my left, and I turned my head like that. And when I turned my head back this way, he wasn't much further than me to you. He come up over the hill, and all I saw was his head. There was no getting the gun or the gun was on my knee, but there was no reaction time. It's amazing to me how fast they are.
Yeah.
I mean, before I could knock the safety off, he was sailing down that holler. I physically threw up that morning. I threw up. I was so sick. Made me hate them that much more. That's why I want to kill every one of them. I love them, but I hate them. What's Tom Kelly saying? I don't hunt them because I want to. I hunt them because I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I thought about that Sunday morning when I knew I had about a 2.5 mile walk back to the truck with no water. What am I doing? You're 60. You're almost 61. You're 10 miles from any human being. I was in a creek, wasn't ankle deep, with banks on both sides. I'm going, I hope there ain't no water moccasin drops off that log I'm fixing to go under. But it's just something you got to do. You can't not do it. I mean, you can sit at the truck and call all you want, and one might come up on you. But chances are it ain't going to happen. Anyway, you got any questions for the rookie?
I don't think so. I mean, we've covered a lot of stuff.
Covered a lot. Any questions for the master over there?
How to get your butt kicked?
I've been getting it kicked this whole time.
I'm
don't worry.
I know how to get it kicked.
With you.
Which I'm not, like I said, I'm not discouraged. I'm ready to go back out.
You ain't hunted enough to be discouraged yet. So look at poor old Jesse Fish. What, 10 years?
Yeah.
Man hunted them 10 years without killing one. 10 years.
That'd make a man.
I don't know if I could have done it.
Think a whole lot.
Was 3 years was a long time, but the first 2, I didn't even have a clue what I was doing. So.
Well, I'm already thinking about next season. I'm already trying to get, this season's going to be over with because we got Blakeland's birthday this weekend and then softball tournament next weekend. And so.
You're going to have to start. So you
I'm
gonna
have to. I'm gonna have
birthdays.
to hunt. No, I already told Sarah, I was like, I'm gonna have to hunt like a Sunday morning, the next 2 weekends. I said because I'm running out of days. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got 3 weeks.
See, it wouldn't be so bad if you had a place close to your house when you got off work. You could just shoot over there and hunt the afternoons and that kind of thing. And that might be something to really concentrate on. Maybe you thought you had your piece of land, but I guess that didn't work out.
No, so. That hadn't worked out.
So, but anyway. Well, good deal. Season's still, like I said, we're recording middle of April. This thing ain't going to come out. Probably it'll be close to the end of the season by the time this one hits. Because like I said, we're pre-recording because we are going to be on the road here in just a few days now. I mean, time is close.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got my bags packed already. So anyway, well, good deal. Hopefully you'll get one.
Yeah, hopefully y'all get all the birds y'all get traveling. Good luck to y'all on that.
Well, we've been where we didn't get them. We got a couple of places we got to go back to. But we got a lot more to go not get one in before we make return trips. We're going to go back to Texas one year, so get ready if you want to go to Texas.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Texas be fun. So we're going to Kansas, Nebraska again one day, but that'll be down the road. We've even got this big Northwest hunt kind of dreaming up right now. So we'll see how that works out for next year, 27 anyway. And we still got to get a bird in Mississippi and Georgia.
Yeah.
Mississippi people.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia friends. I'm not going to call you friends if you don't invite me over turkey hunt here before long. So anyway, all right. You got anything? Got anything else?
No, sir.
It's getting late. About time to roll.
Yep.
Well, all right. I guess we'll see you guys in about a week. Till then, take care of the trees because that's where turkeys sleep.